Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone around the world. I am Paul Sisler, and this is In the Moment. And oh my goodness, my most unprepared opening ever. Spank me. All right. Anyways, today I have an exclusive interview with the one, the only, the glamorous, the lovely Kornelia Blackmore. Hello.
Hi, Paul.
Hello, love.
Hi, Paul.
Hi.
I was gonna say hi. How are you?
Hi. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm here.
I feel that.
I don't know if you watched the previous show with Shadow Fox.
Mm-hmm.
About 10 minutes in, 11 minutes in, my computer just like had a static surge feedback and went down. And
Oh my
it
god!
remained going live, and my computer came back up, and Shadow Fox is like, "Oh, so you just leave me alone or whatever."
Oh shit!
Oh,
Oh no!
oh,
Gotta
oh.
love those. Gotta love those. Those
Yeah.
moments are great.
My cell phone didn't go down. My iPad didn't go down. Both are right here. But I don't know if you've ever been close to lightning when it strikes.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
You feel like this electricity go through you, and then
Shit.
your hair starts to stand up and you start to freak out. That's what happened. And my computer went, and it just went black. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Oh my god!
And I'm sitting here and I start moving the cursor, and then it started to come back up, and I'm typing back in, and I go to StreamYard and I click on it. It's like, it's still up. Oh my God.
Right, you're like, oh shit.
Anyways, we are here to talk about you. How are
Yeah.
you, my love?
Okay, all right. So we'll just go ahead and get right into it. A lot of y'all know that I'm supposed to have this book coming out called The Saint's Blood. It's supposed to be coming out on the 23rd. Hi, Shadow Fox. Always good to see you. However, Amazon, which us indie authors call the Zon, is an entire fuck nugget. Okay, let me let me tell you why. yeah, I said that. That is what I said. Okay.
Fuck nugget. I love it. I love it. I'm using that in one of my books. Fuck nugget will be in one of my books. I don't know if it's going to be TJ. I don't know if it's going to be Iris. Iris is going to call Donovan a fuck nugget. It's in there.
Yes. yes. Thank you. Thank you. I feel so honored. But listen, like, that shit pissed me all the way off. For a lot of you that saw my rant on Twitter, I was so pissed off because I was up to 7 pre-orders, right? Excuse me. And I know it's not just me, like it's not just me that's had this problem or has experienced this before. Whenever you set a book up for pre-order on Amazon, they give you what? I want to say like maybe 2 or 3 days before your book is supposed to come out, where you have to upload the completed manuscript. But they tell you it's, at midnight was when you have to submit it. Now I'm thinking midnight my time. Right. My time. Sure, that's what I thought. Literally stressed the entire fucking day about getting this manuscript done. And then Amazon was like, oh, your pre-order's closed. I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? What? Huh? Wait a minute. You did. I spent the entire day working and editing this manuscript, running around like a chicken with my head cut off the entire day. I was ready to turn in my manuscript at like 11:55. And then Amazon was like, oh no, it's closed. You were supposed to turn in your manuscript 5 hours before midnight my time.
Wow.
The disrespect. Just the outright disrespect. So I lost my 7 pre-orders. So again, to those of you that actually did pre-order The Saint's Blood, I want to take a moment and say thank you. again, for supporting my work, because again, if you guys didn't show up, then I wouldn't have a reason to work as hard as I do. So thank you for that. No, seriously, I'm shits and giggles aside. I really do appreciate y'all. But
you would have thought they would have given you your time. They would have given you instruction at least.
that was my whole rant. That was my whole rant, because I was like, why is it not midnight, the author's time zone? Or why is it not midnight within the respective? I mean, you're fucking Amazon, for Christ's sakes. Right?
Or at least tell you the time zone that they're talking midnight in so you can make the adjustment.
That was my whole thing. That was my whole thing. So again, I was livid. Like, you should have seen the Snapchat rant. It was pretty funny.
Okay, so the title of the book is called Saint's Blood.
The Saint's Blood, yes.
Okay, The Saint's Blood.
Yes.
Let me create a banner real quick.
Go for it. To which
Saint's Blood. And it will be available on Amazon.
Yes, on the 23rd.
Available on Amazon on December 23rd.
To which I'm still going to get it done. It's just I wasn't happy about losing the pre-orders, because it's like you spend a couple of months, you know, working your ass off to get those pre-orders, and then it's like, oh shit, it's gone, kaput, whatever. And I was like, well, that was a dick move, Amazon.
Yes.
Quite frankly. Go ahead.
I agree.
Some coffee.
I agree. So tell us a little bit about the Saint's Blood.
Absolutely. So, all right. A lot of you guys that are familiar with my work know that I enjoy playing around with lore. Just the lore of mythology, of anything. I love playing around with it. So basically the concept of the story with the Saint's Blood is Krampus, the demon. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the film, because there's two films about like Krampus, like basically just going around and wreaking havoc, you know, on certain family members like the day of. So I took that concept from a movie that I saw. And again, I can't remember what the actual name of it was, but like, I remembered the one girl, like the main protagonist, she was like, shit, I'm happy that they're dead. Like, she was happy as shit that her family was dead. So I took that concept and I was like, okay, well, what can I do with that? So, and that was what birthed the Saint's Blood. So how I play around with the lore instead is I have Krampus working for the creator instead versus against. So because I have it set up that way, it makes it where it's like he's now reaping souls that are like bad people. Because again, the concept of Krampus is, you know, we take naughty souls, right? So if that's what we're doing, then why doesn't he work for the creator, right? So I kind of threw that in there. I thought that was really fun, but it actually is more of like a paranormal romance kind of thing, because they're talking about the rumored pure soul and all this kind of stuff. I mean, Ulysses is fucking hilarious. I love her character. Yes, her nickname is Yuli. Paul, don't come for me about having fucking L-I names or nicknames. I figured you were going to come for me when you read it, because Yuli, you would get it.
Yuli. Okay.
Right, yeah, right. I already knew you were going to do. Listen. I've already told Luke that Luke is partial to D and J names. Like all D and J names. Okay. So I knew that. My name, like the names that I'm more drawn to are like A and K names. Just all the time. A names, K names, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, it's supposed to be due to come out on the 23rd as of right now. Granted, I still have more editing and stuff to do. But, you know, with work and everything that I've been, you know, kind of taking on, it does slow down the process by like a lot. Because now I work full time. Like I said, I think I told you that, Paul. Yeah, where I work full time at a hotel as a front desk agent, which I love my job, by the way. I do. I absolutely love my job. This is fucking fantastic. But I miss my art. I do. I miss my babies. I miss writing. So I do have the incredible opportunity to try and get some work done, some little bit teeny tiny while I'm at work. So Which, speaking of, I actually did post a new podcast episode on Miss Blackmore's face yesterday, and it actually is talking about how it says the Saints' blood is canceled.
Yeah,
it's like the actual title.
Well, it still comes out on the 23rd, so make
Yes.
sure you get your copy. I will definitely be getting mine. I tell you, everybody, Kornelia is an awesome writer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I have heard her read on Spaces. She's done many works. I have one of her works, Truth and Dare. And let's see, there it is over in the corner. And excellent book. So I'm looking forward to Saint Blood and this whole turn on Krampus. Now, when you say Krampus works for the creator, are you talking like the creator God, or are you talking the creator, the person that brings Krampus forth?
Both. So I kind of have it as in, because you know how most times when we think of the term like demon and things like that, we tend to think of it as the antagonist or the opposite, as in this person wouldn't be enlisted in God's army, if you will, like in that term or in that aspect. So
Right.
that was how, I was writing it in that way where it's like, nah, I was enlisted in the army, bro. Like, this is where I came from. So I kind of have it where it's like not necessarily like a mutual agreement, but it's just more of like okay, you have your respective role, I have my respective role, that kind of thing. So yes, at some point, Saint Nick does show up somewhere in the story. Granted, he only has like maybe one scene, but it's just to, warn the main protagonist that he's still a demon, sis. Like, he's not a good person. And she's like, well, screw you. So yeah. Good question though. I didn't even think about that.
Yes.
Thank you.
I forget. I think I was on TikTok, and somebody was talking about Santa Claus as being omnipresent, that Santa Claus is a god. I want you to think about this. Omnipresent, can be anywhere, is always watching you, knows if you're naughty or nice, so he's always watching you. And he can travel the globe in less than 24 hours. So, and give everybody presents. So that's a god.
Makes sense to me. That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like,
I would write it that way
wow.
too. I would write it that way too.
Can I do something with this? Because I am just so anti-Christmas. Because I was born on Christmas.
I remember. Yeah, I know.
And so I got a birthday coming up here in, 4 days. I'm going to be 54. And it's like, since I have to share my day with two mythical creatures, so why not just take one of those mythical creatures and just write an awesome story about it,
Do
make Santa Claus battle God. I mean, just something to that extent, a disagreement of the gods.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. I do. I like that. I think that's a dope concept. And guess what? I don't like Christmas either.
I'll title it A Disagreement of the Gods.
Ooh.
And make it Santa Claus and, the Tooth Fairy and I mean, really just go.
Just go there.
Yeah, just go there.
Yes. Yes. I support this. Yes, I do. I support this.
The Easter Bunny isn't who you think he is.
Oh my God, I would read the hell out of that. I really would. I would read the hell out of that. Honestly, and dead ass. I would. Oh, that would be so good. God damn it, Paul.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Oh my goodness. Halloween, my favorite holiday. Boy, I could just bring in all the demons.
Right? But
demons, the gods. Oh my goodness. I could have some fun with this. Who's really the bad guys and who's really the good guys?
Right? And that's typically how I like to write those types of stories too, where it's like everyone is justified, everyone has a reason. Does that make them good or bad?
Yeah.
I leave that up to you.
I can kind of make like, how Lucifer is to God, a fallen angel. Krampus being a fallen angel to Santa. I mean, I could really work some magic with this. I'm giving this some serious thought.
Do it. Listen, but then again, everyone knows, like, when it comes to writing or just ideas in general, that I am a terrible influence. What I mean when I say that is, if you announce to me the most ridiculous story idea ever, I'm going to tell you to write it. Why? Because it was an idea that came to you for a reason. Even if you never publish it, you should still write it.
Yes. Yeah.
Just my thoughts on that.
Yeah. This could be like the next Avengers, just in a whole different way. Yeah. With God being Thanos. There we go.
I like it. That would be really good. Actually, you know that, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
my mind is working here. I've got all these crazy things coming in right now, and it's just like, oh, I could have some fun with this. Oh boy, I could have some fun with this.
Mm-hmm. And listen, man, I gotta tell you, I can't stand Ulysses' family, man. Like, her mom is such she's awful. I mean, who the fuck invites the ex-boyfriend to a Christmas party? Who does that? Her mother does.
An evil person.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that just opens up a whole slew of problems. And it's great because, like, by that point, like, her and Krampus had already been like, all right, so we're cool. We're kind of close now. And he's like, sorry, I hate to report this to you, but guess who's on my list for whose souls I have to reap for today on Christmas Eve? And she's like, okay, all right. Can we talk about it? Can you just not kill me? Or if you do, can you not put me in a snow globe? Thanks. I was dead. I was dead when she said that. I was no good. I was like, wow, sis, really? Snow globe?
Yes, I love it.
Hold on, give me a second.
Yep.
My bad.
No worries.
That's cool. Shit. Pressing the wrong button and shit. Anyway, no, it was just my dad. He was asking me for a coffee filter. And I was like, Dad, I'm on live right now. Right? I was one of those moments like, Dad, I'm on live right now. Go away. I don't know. I don't know why that's funny, but as far as like all of my other writing stuff though, I actually have posted a new episode of Carmina the Black Dragon Princess. So that's actually up on Kindlevella, thankfully, because I was just so fed up with the whole Saint's Blood incident that I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna just work on something else altogether. So within that time frame, I had posted a new podcast episode and an episode on Kindlevella. I haven't finished drafting the rest of my other stories. So at this point, the way I'll probably just end up doing it is, for right now, I'm going to focus on getting the Saint's Blood done. And then after that, more than likely, I'll go back to either my old, like my Kindlevella stories, or I'll just work on my audiobooks, because I am super behind on my audiobooks. So it'll be one of the, like, between one of those two things. Also, I'd like to make an official announcement that I have opened. Well, it's in the process, it's in the making, but I intend to open a travel agency. So yeah. So I had actually started that up today.
Nice.
So, yeah. So like I said, travel will be at some point in the publishing company. I think I've mentioned that to you. Again, things are still kind of in the works. We're still I'm still talking to lawyers and talking to other people just to kind of know what it is that I'm doing, make sure everything's legally, set up and sound, all that kind of stuff. But yes, that will eventually be on my roster when I feel that I have enough training and all of that to start taking authors under my publishing company. But again, I just have to clear some things off of my plate first before we even do any of that. But I have a lot of plans and goals for next year. So yeah, I want to try and at least publish 2 books a year, if possible. And I know some people would be like, well, that's a lot, or that's not enough. Some people would be like, that's a lot, and it is, but I believe I can do 2 books. If it's a short story or a novella, man, I could kick these books out so goddamn quick. But if it's a full-length novel, yeah, that's going to take me some years.
Yeah. See, I have like I've got so many whips, it's not even funny. And I want to get to a point to where I can knock a book out a year, at least one. I put so much detail in it. I'm talking full
Yes.
novels, I mean, my God, look at my book, The Red Herring Effect. I mean, 200,000 plus words. I mean, I can write. So I just I know people like the shorter stuff. I just
I know, right? Listen, okay. So remember when we were talking about Truth and Dare? I'll tell you what actually inspired that story. I had no plans of publishing that story at all. When I first started the project, I was like, there's no point in me publishing it because it was an issue challenge to myself.
mhm.
See, like what I've done within my respective writing career is I have issued certain challenges and things to myself where I feel that I can improve. So it's like if this is a skill that I can obtain within my writing career or journey, because this is lifelong for me. This is not something that I do for a couple. No, this is lifelong for me. I told my partner that yesterday. I was like, this is my lifelong goal for me. You know, um, I couldn't write short stories. I realized that I was like, I can't write poetry and I can't write short stories. So how do I fix this? So then I looked up the word count for short stories and it's 10,000 words. Now, the majority of my manuscripts are typically anywhere between like 20, 30,000 words. The most I've ever actually typed is like maybe 110, 120,000 words in a manuscript. So if that's my minimal, if that's my normal, how the hell am I supposed to go from typing, even 100,000 words to 10? That's a lot less
Yeah.
words.
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, oh, was it Stephen King with the Green Mile that did like short segments of the Green Mile and kept putting them out?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I think so. I think when Stephen King released that, I think it was like every 3 months a new short segment of it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if maybe,
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe that could be something that could be done down the road, maybe like 20-word segments, that are like, 2-3 chapters worth,
Mm-hmm.
and just pop that out. And then people are just itching to get the next one. Who knows? Who knows?
Mm-hmm. To which, by the by, to the reader that made the suggestion about releasing a special edition version of Carmina the Black Dragon Princess, thank you, sis. I appreciate you because I don't know. I've written deleted scenes for my manuscripts, and I'll do it from my own understanding, not because I intend to publish it, because I don't even know my own goddamn timeline. So I write those deleted scenes with the aspect of, okay, so I need to understand why this character is acting this way and how it, works with everything within the respective timeline. So I had a reader that made the suggestion to me. She was like, if you release this version, I want a version of the book with all of the deleted scenes within the respective timeline. I will pay so much money for that shit. She was like, take my money. And I'm like, wait, all the deleted scenes? She was like, yes, all the deleted scenes. I was like, well, son of a bitch. So please understand that book is going to be at least like $36. Like the paperback copy is going to be expensive. I just want y'all to know that now because it has all the deleted scenes and it has all the extra stuff that I didn't put in there that actually is important to the first book. But yeah, I'm gonna just put it in there at some point. So thank you again for that suggestion because I would have never thought of that. Like, who the hell would want to read the deleted scenes anyway? But then I thought about it and I was like, well, if I happen to like a story or a character, then I would want the deleted scenes too.
Yeah. I'll have to remember that, when I, have to go through and edit my stuff. And if I have to shorten it up, just take a scene out that, is spicy or whatever and throw it in later, second edition.
Yeah, man. Like, I have purposefully gone into, like, most times when we think of deleted scenes, we think that the scene is already written and that it needs to be taken out. No, sometimes I've actually gone in knowing that this is a deleted scene. Like, I'm writing it with the intention of this isn't going to be published. So therefore it is a deleted scene, although it fits in the story.
Mm-hmm.
So And I've made that suggestion to other authors that it's like, hey, you can do that where you don't have to just have it be like, oh, well, this is a scene that needs to be taken out because it fucks with the pacing, it messes with the story, it doesn't make sense, yada, yada, so on and so forth. That's when you're doing your developmental edits, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, if I can think of like one deleted scene, right? Like there was one scene where, like with the peace treaty, like there's a whole party with the peace treaty between Carmina, Arlo, Ali, and like her parents and shit like that. And then her brother and then her sisters and stuff. And there's all of this conflict and like dialogue and just I wrote those scenes again to understand the event that happened, but not because again I had planned to put it in the book. But then they were like, "We want that." I'm like, "Okay."
Right.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I get that. It's kind of like go back to like Lord of the Rings. You can get the theatrical version, or you can get the one with the deleted scenes, which adds like an hour and a half to the whole damn movie,
Yep.
And some of it's just like, why'd they take that out?
It do. It would be a whole ass moment where it's like, why did they take that out? Listen, there. For those of again, if you know me, you know that I watch anime. There's this one series called Death Note. I was a huge fan of Death Note, kind of still am. They took out one scene, and it was Elle's funeral. For those of you that have seen the show, y'all probably know what I'm talking about. I was so upset that they took that goddamn scene out because it added so much more context to the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, there's no way that this person that was like a fucking martyr in his own respect or his own right, the most sought after criminal, the most baddest motherfucker within that time frame in this show. Why the hell did he die on the fucking fire escape of all places for him to die? Right? Because my writer brain was engaged at that point because I'm like, of all things, why?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I go back to that scene, and then he's like, I am God, which in Japanese is, I am Kami. Kami is God. And I'm like, and it was basically like when he was at the top of his shit, he's just walking down the fucking stairs. And I'm like, that's why he died there, you motherfucker. It was one of those things where my writer brain was like, it needed to be in the show. Mm-hmm. So yeah, completely understand what you mean. Totally get it.
Yes. And of course, I also like bloopers and stuff like that, ad lib, things that aren't part of the show or whatever. That's, I actually have some of that in what I'm writing right now with Rainbow Prophecy, Blood.
Okay.
I don't know if you were on Luke's show the other day. I had talked about it. Blood Schism, which I'm writing, which I was on T-Paw's show and got talking about it. I can't remember if it was on the show or in the after show, but Rainbow Prophecy was one of the names that I had chosen for that. Mm-hmm. And I like Blood Schism, but Blood Schism's kind of got like a 80s B-roll type feel to it, and I don't want that 80s blood roll or B-roll feeling. So what I've decided to do is the whole saga is going to be called the Rainbow Prophecy.
Ooh.
And the first book is going to be called Blood Schism.
I like it. Ooh, okay. I like that. That's good. Yes.
And by naming it the Rainbow Prophecy, I can take this as long as I want. I can make it a trilogy. I can make it 100 segments. I could just draw it out as long as I want. I can make it whatever I want, obviously. I mean, I'm writing it, so.
I know. But that's the best part about writing it, though, because you're like, you can do what the fuck I want to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And if it becomes popular, I can do that, which I'm hoping. I mean, if it becomes popular, why end it? Just keep it going.
Right?
Yeah, keep it going.
Yeah. I was going to say, absolutely. Totally. think that's the other reason I'm drinking this coffee. Though.
Same with TJ.
Oh my god! Listen, I can't wait till these come out though. I really can't. Like, because those are gonna be so lit.
I know, but I'm trying to keep up just with this, and I got a new show on Saturday. It's called Comedy. We might play with the name a little bit, but Jeremy Walker, aka Sergeant Nobody, and I are gonna talk about past comedians, past and present comedians.
Oh, nice.
And the first show we're gonna do is Ode to George Carlin.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
George Carlin.
Yes.
George Carlin.
So
yes.
we're probably going to do the first 2, 3, maybe even 4 segments all about George Carlin. We're going to pull clips and break them down, talk about them, talk about the politics of them, the religion of them, the whatever they are of them. And the last segment we do, and you're going to notice the last segment because we're going to do dirty words on the last segment. So,
that's going to be great.
I'm going to love it.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Yes. I intend on closing the show. You know how he builds up to it? All right. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to open the show with the build up, and then we will talk about it. And then I will end the show with the list.
I like that. I do. I like that. See, like you're going to end the show with the list.
Yes. I know.
I fucks with that. That's lit. I like that. Oh, man. Paul, that's awesome, though. I mean, that's a lot, but that's awesome.
Yes. That one takes more work because I actually have to get all the clips and get everything all set up and make sure that they play right and everything. And it's just like, there's a lot of work. StreamYard, you get 50 hours of content, and I ran up to 49.8 hours, and I've had to go through and start. I got to download and then upload to where I want them uploaded to, like Spotify, Anchor, and all of that, Patreon. Get it all into the places I want it, and then I can delete it from StreamYard. And these are the things that I'll talk to you about later on. But.
Right. Listen, just offline type of thing because it's been a minute anyway.
Yes. Anyways, congratulations on the Saints' Blood. Remember, everybody, you can get that on Amazon December 23rd. Check it out. Kornelia, thank you again for coming.
I was going to say thank you, Paul. Listen, you always know, like, I genuinely enjoy doing these shows with you. So thank you again for bringing me on.
Anytime. All right, everybody, remember, be kind, be happy, and may good things come your way. Thank you.
Bye.